Buccaneers driving down the field to tie it at 35 aside. A beautiful play off script by Baker Mayfield, who goes 29 of 33 for 379 and 2 touchdowns. The last laugh belongs to McLaughlin. That is the good stuff. Joe Musso pleased to be alongside my guys. CBS lead NFL insider Jonathan Jones, the two-time champ Bryant McFadden, Ben DiNucci, our NFL analyst, weighing in as well. And this is one of those fellas that it felt like last team with the ball was going to win, and that was a possession that was gifted by Sam Darnold. After seeing the level of quarterback play, Mac, we had throughout the day, that's just a heartbreaking moment more than anything for Darnold.
No question. When you look at this game, if you're a fan of offensive production, this was the game for you today in the early day slate. Over 800 yards of total offense combined between both offenses. Both quarterbacks were striking. Baker Mayfield, 379 through the air. Sam Darnold, 341 through the air. Back and forth affair. Defense was optional, but you talked about the timely defining turnover for Sam Darnold. Leading up to that play, Sam Darnold was balling. He was in his bag. When you look at the possession, where you were in that ball game, worst case scenario, you go into overtime. There's no need to press. Levante David, the future Hall of Famer, right place at the right time, made that timely play for their offense to get an extra possession, and voila, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were able to go into a hostile playoff environment, come out with a big-time win.
This one had entertainment value all over it. We're going to take you back out to the site first. A look at some numbers here as Sam Darnold's error offers opportunity, and it's a field goal winner for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's quarterback here in Baker Mayfield absolutely balling as well. Again, 29 of 33 for 379 and 2 touchdowns. And it's Emeka Egbuka going back to the place he once called home and showing out here in his young career. And our coverage continues here on CBS Sports HQ as we take you back out to the site where our quarterback Trent Green joins the conversation. And Trent, I always feel like there's one crew that gets all the wild early in a season, and that certainly has been yours. But I'm looking at 57 of 67, more than 800 yards through the air by these two quarterbacks, and it's a lone issue at the end that offers opportunity. How do you parse the day for both of these QBs?
Well, I agree with you. We've been a very fortunate crew to get a lot of great ball games, and it was just the same today. We thought we were going to have a good game. We thought it was going to be more of a defensive battle. We knew the two quarterbacks were efficient, came in here doing really well, but the defenses both held their opponents under 300 yards. You just got done talking about both teams were over 400 yards of total offense, both quarterbacks over 300 yards. Just an incredible offensive game, especially in the second half. It was just whoever was going to get the ball last, and it's the points over turnovers. I know you guys just talked about that, but 2 turnovers for the Seahawks, 10 points off of those 2 turnovers. That's the huge difference in this game.
I never want to take it too far back, but these are 2 previously discarded quarterbacks, for lack of a better term. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, finding success elsewhere. But it takes a certain individual to go on the road and do what Baker and his team just did. The belief that's grown in that room over the last 2 calendar years, his responsibility for that. How do you make sense of what Baker Mayfield has become?
It really is amazing. Both these quarterbacks have been amazing stories. You know, you talk about Baker being the number 1 draft pick, Darnold being the number 3 draft pick. They both were let go by their teams that drafted them, and they've been to multiple places since then. So it's finding their legs, finding their feet, finding their game, finding their confidence. And as Baker Mayfield told us, when he got to L.A., he found the love for the game again. And really his game has changed since that short time he spent with Sean McVay and that staff. And he has fit so well into what they're trying to do here in Tampa Bay and Todd Bowles in this offense. And even though they've had to change offensive coordinators because they keep getting head coaching jobs, Mayfield has picked up right where he's left off. He's competitive. All their games come down to the end. All 4 wins this season have been accomplished in the final minute of the game. Of course, today on the final play of the game.
I think one final through line to draw here between the two is a young Ohio State pass catcher at their ready call, either Jackson Smith-Njigba or Emeka Egbuka for these 2 quarterbacks. I want to go Egbuka here on the winning side. There's understanding the game, there's playing at a high level, and then there's executing and doing the small things that we usually only see from veterans. What have you seen from the game of Egbuka early on that showed you he's well beyond his years?
He's well beyond his years, as you said. And I think when you talk to the coaching staff, when you talk to Baker Mayfield, they talk about how his game is mentally. I love the fact that he is coming back home, right? This is where he's from. He was a Gatorade Player of the Year here in Washington. He's from the area, and it was just a great homecoming for him, getting away with the win. And his mom had an entire section of this stadium that he was saving for family and friends. And so just him coming back. It's really, I reflect back on what the coaches talked to us this week and what Baker talked to us about. He said he is a student of the game. He's always asking questions. He's mature beyond his years because he wants to know not just what am I doing, what's the rest of the play, what's the design of the play, what are you expecting from me? Baker's been very impressed with how he's willing to ask questions and wants to continue to get better. And then we saw, as we did today, he's just coming up with big play after big play, helping this offense.
That's just the good stuff. Once again here for the Trent Green-led crew. We appreciate you, as always, stopping by as these cardiac Bucs do it once again their way, specifically 4-1 for the first time since 2021 when it was Tom Brady at the helm. Quarterbacks everywhere, Trent Green, we're thankful that you're here.
Thank you.
What a game, what a call. If you like NFL action, you got to love that stuff, unless you're a defensive coordinator, of course. If that's the case, well, we're back to the drawing board. Emeka Egbuka, such a big part of this cardiac Bucs offense early on this season. Receiving yards in a game by a rookie in Bucs history. 163 for Egbuka in a homecoming as he comes through once again. The Bucs improving to 4-1. More to come here on CBS Sports HQ. We'll take you through the highlights here in the 4 Eastern window. Plus, Ben DiNucci weighing in on this quarterback affair. That's all next on CBS Sports HQ. Take the 2-0 series lead over the Yankees as this series shifts to the Bronx with a commanding 2-0 lead for Toronto following this 15-hit performance. We'll have full highlights and reaction later on in the hour on HQ. What a thriller for the 12s to take in as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take down the Seattle Seahawks. Not the end scene the home crowd would have liked to see, but 38-35 and more than 700 yards of passing, fewer than 10 completions. Darnold outdueled by Mayfield, and a big-time win as the Bucs move to 4-1. Back in studio with the guys. Ben, I promised to come to you first here, and that I will do. High-level quarterback play is something we all welcome here on any NFL Sunday, but that was something different. What stood out to you between Mayfield and Darnold's performance?
Well, I think first things first, just the efficiency from both these guys, right? Baker Mayfield, 4 incompletions, Sam Darnold, 6 incompletions. As a fan of the game, fireworks, offense, explosive plays, it's what you love to see. Both of these guys did a really good job protecting the ball today, putting their offense in a good spot to go out there and score points. You saw it on that last drive for the Seahawks. Sometimes one bad play, one bad decision, Sam Darnold. Having the ball at the end of the play sometimes isn't the end of the world. Check it down. Take a sack in that scenario. You got to at least just get to overtime. So game of inches sometimes. That game came down to last play. Tampa did an unbelievable job of capitalizing.
The first game since 1950 with 700 or more combined passing yards and fewer than 10 or fewer incompletions. Excuse me, just to say, my dad's never seen anything like that before. That is not my father's football, but exciting nonetheless as they traded touchdowns back and forth, JJ. You're waiting for something to happen, and unfortunately that's a reality that still follows Sam Darnold, one final mistake.
That's right. That's how last season ended for Sam Darnold. And then, it's always been with Sam Darnold, man, the start is really good. But then you just wait and you wait. And look, that was an unfortunate error that he had there in the final minute of the game. But of course it comes against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, with their 4 victories so far this season, they've won them all in the last minute of the game. This is a team that you do not want to play the 60th minute Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They may be the best team in the NFL when it comes down to it, and that is a credit, of course, to Todd Bowles and his staff. They hired a game management coach in the offseason. Todd Bowles has been listening to him. That is the reason, because these games have all been